I'm an average golfer that wants to push myself, so here is my detailed plan on how I hope to get to scratch in 1 year. And in case you're new here, my name is Chonger and I post golf and fashion videos. So besides just playing golf, this will be a comprehensive plan. This will be how I change my lifestyle, how I eat better, how I work out in the gym, and how I change my mental state of mind. So initially I was going to be attempting this with limited resources, but this is going to be a hard enough goal as it is. Why would I make it even harder? But that being said, I won't be just spending money just for the sake of spending money because I don't have a lot of disposable cash. So I will have to be strategic in where I allocate my resources. So my plan will involve 3 phases. They can all be done simultaneously. But the first phase, I'm going to be working on developing good fundamentals and a good foundation. So starting mid-February, I will be taking some lessons. I bought a 5-lesson pack and it was on sale, so that's a plus. I went to this guy last year. We had a few lessons and I found him quite helpful with fixing some parts of my swing. And so some things that we're working on and ongoing is working on weight transfer, getting the weight shifted forward, as well as just developing better contact in general. And my miss right now is a hook. So just working on some club face control and also my in to out swing path. Also, to score better, I need to be getting up and down more effectively. So I do have a lesson booked at the end of February to work on some putting with a player who used to play on the PGA Canada Tour. And I did take a lesson with him last year working on my short game. I found him very helpful. Just talking through some insights of the game, just a useful person and resource to have. And then perhaps later in the year we'll have an on-course lesson. So that way I just can go through kind of his thought process, kind of like work on some course management. And yeah, I think that would be useful too. I do also need to determine my stock yardages for my wedges, so I'll be recording my 100%, 75%, 50% swings, just so I can dial in my short game 100 yards and in. I will also be looking to get new equipment because most of my clubs, besides my putter, are close to 10 years old. But I just can't be just buying clubs for the sake of buying clubs because we still are on a budget. So I'm gonna be just reshafting and regripping my irons, changing out the regular to a stiff shaft probably. Because the AP2 is still a very good iron and I don't think I'm gonna get much better performance upgrading the irons. I think where I will see a bigger difference is on the lower end of my clubs, so getting a new driver. So currently when I've been taking lessons with my coach, he's actually been building me a new driver. I don't actually use my current driver. I currently play an RBZ 10.5 regular shaft. It's just too floppy. And so yeah, looking into getting a new driver I think will be beneficial and I'll feel more in control. And so I will be taking a driver fitting to kind of see what driver is out there and which one will fit my swing right now. So yes, be on the lookout for that. And after working with that coach, we'll talk about some gapping in my bag, whether I work more on the lower end or fix my wedge gapping. So yeah, we'll assess that later on. My thoughts initially were I definitely need to be fixing the hybrids because he did say the Nike hybrids are a bit more unforgiving, the sweet spot being fairly small. And I do have some struggles after the 5-iron. So definitely bridging that gap between 5-iron and driver I think is a necessity to have, especially on par 5s or longer par 4s. As well, I'll be looking to put on some size. So that will be involving going to the gym, working on some compound movements. I've been following this workout plan that focuses on some compound movements to start, but as the golf season progresses, works on more power, explosive moves. I'll be coupling that workout plan with a nutrition plan where I'll try to be bulking up and eating some excess calories, but I'll be trying to do so healthily because I don't want to break out, as well as don't want to feel really poor in the digestive system. To be honest, right now I haven't been playing the most amount of golf in January. It's been a very busy time for me at work, just being an accountant, dealing with year end. And also, I just got married, so we were working through just planning all of that, as well as just going to San Diego and taking part in the process itself. But now that I'm back, I will be golfing a lot more. And I thought what better way to jumpstart that progress is to redo the Project 50 challenge. I think that is just a good way to redevelop some good habits. And so I will be posting my daily updates with that, so follow along on the channel if you're interested. And as part of the reading section of the Project 50 challenge, I'll be focusing on books that involve sports psychology or like golf biographies, just to help get myself in a better mental space. just for competing. So yeah, the fundamentals do take up a big part of my plan, but the second phase of my plan is to put myself into pressure situations. So when I'm practicing, I'll do things like worst ball, and if you're not familiar with that, it's when you hit 2 balls, but you have to play the worst ball. So this encourages you and puts some pressure on you to make 2 good shots in a row. As well, I'll also be enrolling in some golf tournaments. My goal is to play one in May, and to be honest, I'm not really expecting to do too well. I'm mainly just going for the experience of myself being put under pressure and a good way to develop some mental fortitude. So I think those are some valuable things for me to do. So the last phase of the plan is to work on the minute details, look at the data, see where I'm losing strokes, and find a game plan to attack that. So I thought of some ways to be able to track that, and one of those is using the Arco sensors. So if I do get the Cobra driver, it does come with a free trial, so I'll be able to see just how well that will work for me. Or I was thinking of getting a Garmin smartwatch, and then later in practicing on the TrackMan, so just I get more information to the numbers that I'm presenting when I'm hitting the golf ball. And outside of golf, I was thinking about getting the Whoop monitor to track the sleep and stress. I think those are also 2 important metrics to have just for overall physical well-being. So this is my first iteration of the plan. I will be making some update videos along the way, and some things could change in how I tackle the problems, but this is just my first initial thoughts. But I would welcome some feedback from you guys, any suggestions that you might have to make this journey a bit easier for me, because I know this journey is going to be tough. Yeah, I'm just gonna document my process along the way. And if I fail, but at least I tried. I know just currently with life, just financially, I can't dedicate a lot of resources to this goal, but I'm gonna make the best of what I have. And if my financial position does change miraculously, then I will be looking into getting a country club membership. So that way I have opportunities to practice a lot more, being able to golf a lot, because finding a tee time in Vancouver definitely is challenging. So obviously the best way to get better is to practice and play more. So hopefully with that membership, I'll be able to do just that. Anyways though, if you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace. I'm a rock star.